The government says the public should report those who break the rule of 6, which becomes law from today. We'll explain how the regulations will work where you are.
ITV Lunchtime News with Lucrezia Millarini.
Good afternoon. There are big changes today to how many of us can socialise and see family and friends after the new rule of 6 comes into force. It differs across the nations and is meant to bring down the spread of coronavirus. And in England, it sparked anger among MPs, businesses and families. COVID-19 marshals and police are now on patrol to make sure that people are following the rules, and neighbours are being encouraged to report anyone who breaks the law to the police so they can investigate. Our political reporter, Shihab Khan, has more. Well, in a moment, we'll be looking at why the rules are different when it comes to whether children should be part of the group of 6 or not. First, here's what those rules are. Okay, there you go. Professor Linda Baldis. The Labour leader, Sir Keir Starmer, is self-isolating after a member of his household developed symptoms. Earlier today, he shared a studio with host Nick Ferrari on a phone-in show on LBC. Well, Martha Fairley is here. So, Martha, what more do we know about this?
Well, we learned just before lunch in this phone-in debate on LBC this morning.
Testing isn't going away, isn't it? And Nicola Sturgeon warning about a backlog now.
They're experiencing a backlog.
Moving on, the public inquiry into the Manchester Arena bombing has heard powerful tributes to the people who lost their lives in the terror attack in 2017. 22 people were killed when Salman Abedi detonated a bomb as fans left an Ariana Grande concert. Well, Ben Chapman. Alcohol dependency and the harm to families is a hidden health crisis and has become a more urgent problem because of COVID-19. A new report from the Commission on Alcohol Harm has found David Cameron has become the 5th former Prime Minister to speak out about Boris Johnson's Brexit bill. He says he's concerned over government plans to break international law by overriding parts of the divorce treaty with the EU. John Major, Tony Blair, Gordon Brown and Theresa May had already spoken out against the plans. Our political correspondent Paul Brand is at Westminster now for us. Paul, just how much trouble is Mr Johnson in over this rebellion within his own party?
Well,
President Trump is to visit California as devastating wildfires continue to spread across 3 western states. Finally, on Friday night, Donald Fear provided one of the TV highlights of the year when he became Who Wants to Be a Millionaire's first jackpot winner in 14 years. Today, in his first TV interview, the history and politics teacher told ITV he's been overwhelmed by the response to his win and that he now plans to retire early. Here's Sally Bidoff. Congratulations to him, and that is it. This lunchtime, Mary will be here with the ITV Evening News at 6:30. The news where you all follows the national weather. But for now, from everyone here, bye-bye. Hello again. Now the main stories. In London, a lorry driver has died and an 11-year-old is in life-threatening condition after a crash in Kidbrooke. All right, time for the weather now. Here's Sally. It's a scorcher. That's it. I'm back here at 6. Until then, enjoy your afternoon. Bye-bye. Tonight, the rule of 6 becomes law. Good evening. The rule of 6 is now law in London. The government hopes the legislation will put the handbrake on the recent rise of COVID cases. Well, just a few weeks after the lockdown was eased, families now face being separated yet again. The capital's businesses will take the brunt. So what are the new rules? Correspondent Simon Harris reports. On to other news, and an 11-year-old boy is in hospital tonight after a lorry crashed into a house in south-east London. It happened this morning just after 8 in Kidbrooke. The lorry driver died at the scene. 2 other men are also in hospital. From Kidbrooke, Ria Chatterjee reports. Louisa Porritt is set to become the Liberal Democrat candidate for London Mayor after her opponent was suspended for anti-Semitic comments made in 1997. London City Airport has said it will cut more than 200 jobs as part of restructuring plans. The theatres across the capital were forced to close their doors too, but there's been some good news for the industry today, with 6 West End venues announcing plans to reopen next month. Next tonight, police are offering a £20,000 reward for any information that helps them solve the case of a woman who disappeared from Camden almost 10 years ago. Lana Purcell was 27 and mum to a young girl. Her dad, John, said today the family were desperate for help. Our senior correspondent, Ronke Phillips, reports. Well, no action was taken against the officers who on the day admitted a mistake had been made. Well, since then, Miss Butler has requested to see their body cam footage and she still hasn't had access to it. Well, she joins us now. Dawn Butler, thanks so much for talking to us this evening. First of all, where do we stand at the moment with this footage? Because I believe you had a meeting with police earlier today, didn't you?
Hi.
I mentioned in the introduction, stop and search is incredibly controversial because it does disproportionately affect black people. So what specifically were the recommendations that you talked about today that will now be trialled?
So,
Seconds left. I hate to do this to you, but did you get any joy with getting that body cam footage that you wanted access to? Well, much more still to come, including the nurse. Next this evening, behind every successful musician is a whole team of people pushing them to the top. And our next guest is the 3-time Brit Award, 5-time Grammy-winning musician you might never have heard of. Sally is here now for
an exhibition on helpers and heroes in the new normal. So here it is. Here's the photo.
Oh, cracker of a photo there, but you've got more to tell us about, haven't you?
Yes, as we go. And those photos got spotted, unbeknown to her, by a songwriter.
About 20?
Yes.
Oh,
it is.
I've got something right.
Lucrezia, congratulations.
Thank you. And that is it for now. We are back with the latest after ITV News at 10. Coming up, Mary with the ITV Evening News. But from me and the rest of the London team, bye-bye.